Welcome back to day 3 of Warhammer Fest 2022. We've got a lot to cover, so let's get right to it. We're gonna start by talking about my favorite reveal of the day, and that is the new Killteam box set. And the only thing I actually care about from this box set are the fact that Traitor Guard are back, baby! Yes, I'm so excited! I love seeing these guys come back. Anything chaos themed is always good in my opinion, and now we're finally getting some Traitor Guard models. Now, 2 of these models are from Blackstone Fortress originally. We've got the Enforcer and the Ogrin, but everybody else is brand new sculpts. But they blend with those Blackstone Fortress Traitor Guard that you might have all really, really nicely, so I'm very pumped for that. Now, they do come with some Space Marines, some Phobos Space Marines, which frankly are like my least favorite Space Marines, guys. I hate those sticking antennas on top of them. They break off so consistently, and some of these guys have some really tall, spindly, things on their backs, and it just looks super fragile. I am not super thrilled by the fact that we're getting Space Marines against the Guard. I really wish it had been something else, but it has been, I think, a little bit since we've had specifically Space Marines and a Killteam box set.
It was the Necron Flayed ones and the Heavy Intercessors,
right, which
was 2 starter sets ago.
So it's been a while.
A tiny bit, yes. It was the Sisters one.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's been a little while, not a huge amount of time, but it has been some time, so I'm not really surprised to see GW throwing more Space Marines at us, but it is kind of lame to see. However, if you were wanting to get the Battlezone Frontiers and you didn't get your hands on it, or you just don't like buying terrain separately, but you still really like some of the pieces in that, well, don't worry, because you can get them in this Killteam box set. Specifically, the Auspex Shrine, the Vox Antenna, and the landing pad are all included. I think it's actually the entire set, but those 3 pieces are like my favorite from it. So instead of buying just the terrain pieces, I'll probably get this box set because I really do want those Traitor Guards as soon as I possibly can.
Not everyone here kills for loot. Some of them dig for it. Not that they won't kill you, especially if you call them squats.
Guys, we now know why GW was really emphasizing that the squats they revealed to us earlier were Leagues of Votann, because Necromunda is getting the true squats. They're officially called squats, they're prospectors, they actually look like dwarves and miners, and I love them. They have great helmets, and they're part of Necromunda Ash Waste. I love seeing these guys actually come out. These are exactly what I wanted from the squats, and I suspect you'll end up being able to possibly use them as alternatives for your Leagues of Votann army if you're wanting to go that route, even though I don't think they're going to officially be in the book or anything represented in rules, which is a little bit of a shame. I do hope that gets changed or updated in the future.
I suspect they might be fairly similar to their basic troops, but maybe a little more rugged.
Yeah, that's kind of my hope. And so maybe you can just end up using them regardless, because it does seem weird to only exclusively put them with rules in Necromunda. But regardless, I'm very happy to see these models coming out, and they're going to just be in a small individual box. You're not having to buy a bunch of terrain or other big starter set with them. You'll just be able to pick them up individually.
So I have a theory.
Yes.
That the reason they're calling these ones squats is because they know there's no way they'll be able to get people to stop calling them that.
Yes. Yeah.
So instead, simply identify a single faction as squats.
That's true, because these guys are supposed to be cousins of the Leagues of Otan, having stayed on Necromunda and been isolated from the rest of the group, which is why they're identifying them differently. That does make a lot of sense. I suspect that's what they're doing.
Yeah, and this way you'll ensure the lore pedants are like, no, those aren't the squats. The squats are only specifically from this place. Honestly, it's a pretty clever idea.
I agree. It's that time of the video where I interrupt to tell you about my Patreon and to let you know that we just added a Discord server which all tiers get access to. So if you're wanting a way to chat with me, share with me your projects, or just tell me what board games you're playing, definitely make sure to check the link below and check out my Patreon.
This news is unbearable.
It really is totally unbearable, but we have a very fancy bear to look at, because Lord of the Rings is getting some new models, and we've got Grimbeorin. I'm probably mispronouncing that horribly. I'm sorry. Grimbeorin, maybe? And his mighty bear. He looks amazing. I actually really like the sculpt of this model, even though I'm not very familiar with the character. I do kind of like the rugged, down-to-earth nature of him, and I love all the leathers that he's wearing. He also has some companions, the Beorins? Beorins. Got it. Nailed it. Totally got it in the first try. And again, I really kind of like these models, but I don't really know that much about them, and I want to know if I could use them like in an Empire army, because they kind of give me a little bit of like Northern Empire vibes with all the leathers and everything. So I just think it'd be nice to incorporate them in, and since it's still a GW model, it'd totally be legal, right?
A change has come upon Gur, twisting the land, awakening new wonders and ancient secrets. And so the brave set forth into the wilds, where they will find riches, glory, and dangers unimaginable.
Last but not least, we have some more chaos to talk about, because we're moving into Warcry, and we have a new warband coming out called the Horns of Hashut. And honestly, I kind of like them. I don't really care for the guys that are unhelmeted. Like, they're fine. I'd probably use them as cultists or something like that, because they really have that feel to them. But I love all the guys with the horned helmets, like that big brass bull helmet that everybody has on. I just adore it. Also, I think their armor is really cool on those particular models, and they had a really neat gun that had sort of a more like round, like almost cannon-like look to me, and I really also like that. So I'm just digging the vibe of this particular warband. That's not the only thing that Warcry is getting though. Oh no. We're getting another big monster, and frankly, I think I like him, but I do want to replace his head with something else. We're getting a Centurion Marshal, and he is a beast. I love the centaur like body that he's got going on. His arms and stuff look great. He's got 4 arms. He's wielding a bunch of weapons. It looks amazing. And then you get to the head, and I really don't like the head. I don't know what is going on with the helmet and then also a faceplate. It's just completely obscuring his face. And while normally I'm not hugely fond of painting faces on monsters, I am. So I'm really hoping there's an alternate head in this kit, that it has like a really long flowing mane with a very angry face, because I just think that would be fun to paint, and I think it would go better with the Centurion, like centaur body that he has below, because he's got a lot of flowing pieces on there too. All right, that has been it for Warhammer Fest Day 3. We got a lot of exciting things to look at, a bunch of cool new models, but tomorrow is Horus Heresy Day, and I have no idea what they're going to show us. I assume it's going to be the full contents of the box that they're sending out, not sending out, but that they're producing and everything, including like what the rule book is going to look like, what the cards, maybe the board, if there's any terrain in it. But I mean, we've seen all of the miniatures, so I really don't know what we're getting tomorrow. I'd love to know what you think down below in the comments, so make sure to leave me one. In the meantime, I want to give a huge thank you to my patrons for making it so content like this can continue to happen. Without your guys' support, we wouldn't be doing this, so thank you very, very much. I have been Angela. I hope you have a wonderful hobby night.